this week will make it clearer if the Fed will cut interest rates in March. A slew of economic news this week will make it much clearer if the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates in March. The Labor Department is due to release 4 crucial assessments of America's job market, gauging labor demand, wage growth, productivity, and hiring. And this week's main event, the Fed's 2-day policy meeting, starting on Tuesday, should tell markets what to expect from the central bank in the spring. That's important because markets still see a roughly 50-50 chance of a March cut, according to futures, even though Fed officials have recently argued that's too soon to begin paring back interest rates. After the markets identified a dovish pivot at the December meeting and central bankers went to great lengths to push this back, the upcoming meeting is a great opportunity to further manage expectations, said Christian Sherman, U.S. economist at DWS Group. Tax season starts Monday. 8 things to do before you file. Come Monday, the IRS will start accepting and processing 2023 federal income tax returns. Filing your taxes is a task you may not like, but it's one you can't ignore, at least not without a potentially hefty penalty. Here are 8 things that can make the experience of preparing and filing your taxes as easy, efficient, and inexpensive as possible. 1. Know your deadlines. Unless you file for an automatic 6-month extension, the filing deadline for most people is April 15th. And even if you get an extension, April 15th is the day by which you must pay any remaining taxes you owe for 2023, even if you don't file by that date. Otherwise, you may face a late payment penalty, with interest. After Tesla's dismal quarter, more of the Magnificent Seven face tests next week. Tech behemoths will face their next test to keep the markets thrown this week, after a bleak quarter from Tesla sent its stock sliding. Tesla shares have tumbled more than 26% so far in 2024 after the electric vehicle maker reported a fourth-quarter operating margin that has almost halved to 8.2% from the year-earlier period. Tesla also warned that it expects slower sales growth this year. That comes as the rest of the Magnificent Seven, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Meta Platforms, Amazon, Apple, and Alphabet, continue climbing higher. NVIDIA, Microsoft, Meta Platforms, and Alphabet shares closed at record levels several times last week. Now, they face their own tests. Microsoft and Alphabet report earnings on Tuesday, with Amazon, Meta Platforms, and Apple to follow on Thursday. NVIDIA reports quarterly results on February 21st. Why gas always costs more in California. Gas prices in the United States have slid from their all-time peak in fall 2022, but there are drivers in at least one state who still pull up to the pump and cringe. The current average gas price in the U.S. is $3.10. In California, it's $4.49, according to AAA. That's not an anomaly. Californians consistently pay more for gas than the rest of the country. A confluence of factors join together to increase the price of gas in the Golden State, including environmental restrictions, higher taxes, and a shrinking number of regional refineries. One of the more notable factors is that the state now actually burns the cleanest gas in the world, according to Severin Borenstein, faculty director of the Energy Institute at the University of California, Berkeley's Haas School of Business. That's because California has its own specific blend of fuel that emits fewer greenhouse gases when burned, Borenstein said.